Most people imagine manipulation the wrong way. They imagine villains, scammers, dangerous strangers, people trying to control your mind. But what if manipulation feels nothing like that? What if the most powerful forms of manipulation feel normal? Right now, while you are watching this video, thousands of companies, algorithms, advertisers, employers, politicians, influencers, and even ordinary people are competing for something extremely valuable: your attention. And here is the uncomfortable part. Many of the decisions you believe are completely yours may not feel so independent after this video. Researchers spent decades studying why humans make irrational choices. What they discovered was strange. People rarely change behavior because of facts alone. People change behavior because of emotion, repetition, social pressure, timing, environment, and psychological shortcuts built deep into the human brain. And once you understand how those shortcuts work, you start seeing manipulation everywhere. Stay with me, because by the end of this video, you may start questioning how many decisions you actually made by yourself. Why your brain makes this possible. Here is something most people never think about. Your brain is not designed for truth. It is designed for survival. For most of human history, humans survived by making fast decisions. Friend or enemy, safe or dangerous, follow the group or stay alone. Thinking slowly could get you killed. So the brain evolved shortcuts. Psychologists call them cognitive biases. And these shortcuts quietly control enormous parts of everyday life. Take repetition. Researchers repeatedly discovered that humans tend to trust information more when they hear it again and again, even when that information is completely false. Think about that for a second. Something does not necessarily become believable because it is true. Sometimes it becomes believable because it feels familiar. Now suddenly advertisements make more sense. Political messaging makes more sense. Social media trends make more sense. And this creates a strange problem. If repetition changes belief, what happens when modern technology allows repetition at massive scale? That question changed everything. The war for your attention. For most of history, manipulation had limits. Today, those limits barely exist. Because attention became an industry, modern companies understand something simple. If they capture attention, they can influence behavior. And influence creates money. Look around. Notifications, infinite scrolling, autoplay, recommendation feeds, limited time offers, countdown timers. None of these appeared accidentally. Behavioral researchers discovered long ago that unpredictable rewards create stronger engagement than predictable rewards. That principle helped build casinos. Then apps borrowed it. Then social media scaled it. The strange thing? Most people already know this. And it still works. Because awareness does not automatically create resistance. At around this point, you should ask yourself something. How many times today did you open your phone without consciously deciding to? Seriously think about it. Because what researchers discovered next becomes even more uncomfortable. Modern influence systems no longer target crowds. They increasingly target individuals. And that changes the game completely. When manipulation becomes personal. This is where things become uncomfortable. Because manipulation used to target groups. Now it targets individuals. You, specifically. Every click. Every search. Every pause. Every purchase. Modern systems collect behavioral signals constantly. Not because they necessarily care who you are. Because they care what you might do next. And prediction is powerful. Researchers studying behavioral economics repeatedly discovered something strange. Small changes can create huge behavioral differences. A button moved slightly higher. A default option already selected. A countdown timer. One extra notification. Suddenly people behave differently. The dangerous part? Most influence today does not feel like pressure. It feels convenient. That is why manipulation became harder to recognize. You are not pushed. You are guided. Quietly. Repeatedly. Until the decision feels natural. Stay with me. Because the most powerful manipulation does not happen on screens. It happens between people. The part nobody talks about. Nobody is talking about this. The strongest influence often comes from ordinary people. friends, co-workers, partners, family members, because humans naturally trust emotional signals. Confidence feels trustworthy. Familiarity feels safe. Agreement feels comfortable. Researchers repeatedly found something surprising. People often choose social belonging over accuracy. Think about that. How many people stay in toxic jobs? Stay inside unhealthy relationships? Keep believing ideas they privately doubt? Not because they are weak, because social rejection feels painful. In fact, neuroscience researchers discovered something fascinating. Social rejection activates many of the same brain regions involved with physical pain. That changes how you see manipulation. Because influence is not always convincing someone. Sometimes influence simply creates enough discomfort that resistance becomes exhausting. And once you understand this, you begin noticing something much bigger. Why this matters more than ever. Here is the part that will shock you. The average person today experiences more influence attempts before lunch than previous generations experienced in days. Advertisements, notifications, news, recommendations, algorithms, emails, social pressure, political messaging, content creators, everyone competing for the same thing, your attention. Like if this shocked you, because this is no longer only psychology. This affects money, health, relationships, careers, politics, mental health. The real danger is not manipulation itself. Humans always influenced humans. The danger is scale. Millions of systems learning how people behave. Millions of attempts competing for attention. And all of them improving continuously. So here is a question. What controls people more today? Fear? Technology? Money? Or social pressure? Comment below. Because understanding manipulation may not protect you completely. But ignoring it almost guarantees vulnerability. So how does manipulation actually work? Not through mind control. Not through secret psychological powers. Not through magic tricks. It works because humans rely on shortcuts. And modern systems became incredibly good at finding those shortcuts. But here is the question nobody fully answered yet. Can humans train themselves to become manipulation resistant? Some psychologists believe yes. Others believe complete resistance may be impossible. And researchers discovered something even stranger. The people most confident they cannot be manipulated often become the easiest targets. That is the part nobody explains. Follow US Vantage, America's sharpest view.